welcome to the Lemniscate Tarot. I hope you guys are all doing well today. So we're going to be finding out how people see you in general in today's reading. So I have 3 piles for you to choose from. Pile 1 is tuberose, pile 2 is apple blossoms, and pile 3 is gloxinia. Please pick a card using a method that works for you, and I'll link the timestamps in the description box down below. Okay, so let's get started. If you chose tuberose, then welcome to your reading. So I'm going to go ahead and put this marker aside so we can go ahead and get right into your reading. So today we're finding out how people see you in general as a person, and I'll be using this tarot deck. This is the Anna K Tarot, my very first lovely deck. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'll be pulling 5 tarot cards from this deck, and we'll also be using oracle cards, a playing deck, and I'll play you guys some stickers. Stickers are like charm casting, except they use the stickers, and then I'll also play you guys some letters and some songs to wrap up your reading. Alright, so, okay. For those that picked pile 1, how do people tend to see them? So we have the 7 of Rods. I guess I can show you guys. And we have the 6 of Cups. Okay, let's get 3 more cards for how people tend to see those that picked pile 1. All right, we have Strength and the Ace of Cups. We'll get 1 more card for how people tend to see those that picked pile 1. And we have the 3 of Rods. Okay, your bottom card is the Chariot. All right, pile 1, I like your energy very much. It seems nice. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get right into it. So the only major arcana you have is Strength, so you might be a Leo or any other fire sign, but Strength is Leo's card. So that could be in some of your placements, your sun, moon, or rising, or otherwise. Okay, there aren't really any other zodiac signs indicated except for the Chariot on bottom, which is Cancer. So you can also be Cancer or Leo, which is interesting because those 2 signs are actually very close to each other. They're both in July, August, or Cancer's at the end of, like, Cancer's July and then Leo's August. Anyway, I rambled a bit. So yeah, those could be your zodiac signs. So as far as how people tend to see you, you have the 6 of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Both are very indicative of like admiration or attraction. So people, how they see you, they tend to think you're very beautiful, kind even, maybe a little bit emotional. But you see the 6 of Cups. This card in this deck highlights the romantic aspects. So that coming out with the Ace of Cups really does hint as romance. So maybe you have a lot of relationships, or you give the impression of having a lot of relationships. Maybe it's just because you're beautiful or handsome. So that's being indicated here. Some of physical attraction. It would make sense if you're a Leo. Leos tend to grab attention, not attraction, but yeah, Leos tend to come center stage in a lot of cases. They're very fun and generous, loving people. Okay, so that's being seen here. I think I already said with the Ace of Cups that you seem like a kind person to others, which makes sense with Leo too. Leos tend to be very, very kind to people, especially if you have Cancer on bottom too. So yeah, and then with the 3 of Rods, you might be someone that has a lot of goals in mind, someone that perhaps even likes to travel too. But I'm feeling some, like, a sense of stubbornness, or like a I will get my way type of energy from you that's kind of admirable. It's like a, what's the word? Like goal oriented. Someone that's determined to get to the finish line and achieve what they want to achieve. So yeah, that's the kind of how people tend to see you as well. And with the Seven of Rods, it's the same energy. It's the fighting for what you want to achieve in life, and determined, a little stubborn. It's the same kind of energy. So they're fighting to overcome this wall here, right? So that's the kind of person you seem to be like, in others' eyes anyway. So this is a very well-rounded type of character. You may even be a little bit athletic as well. With the Chariot on bottom, that's a very athletic energy. And this is also someone that maybe can move quickly. Either way, either like whether or not you move quickly, like if you talk quickly or you are very energetic, the Chariot and what I've described with the Three of Rods and the Seven of Rods really does indicate that you are someone that is very goal-oriented and wants to achieve a lot in this life. Okay, so you seem like a very, very nice person, well-rounded character. People tend to like you, which is very interesting. It may even be that some people like tend to adopt crushes on you as well, especially with that Six of Cups and Ace of Cups. So now I'm going to grab a playing deck and see what else I can get for you. But yeah, what we got for you so far totally makes sense. The first card I shuffled for you guys was actually your marker, the tuberose here, and it says dangerous pleasure. So this is kind of a, like, devil energy, attractive type of quality. So people really seem to fall for you, pile one. So anyway, let's get one or three cards actually. We have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, let's get two more. We have the Five of Wands. And the Eight of Swords. Okay. On bottom you have the Four of Swords. So, okay, let's talk about it. So the Three of Pentacles indicates usually cooperation or togetherness. But I tend to associate this with more like work and career and those kinds of things. So yeah, like I was saying earlier, someone that's goal-oriented and wants to like get the trophies and achievements and all those good fun things. So yeah, that's definitely being indicated here again with that Three of Pentacles. It's how people see you. They see you as someone that, like, maybe you're someone that aims high and tends to get there, if that makes sense. And with the Five of Rods here, it's mirroring the Seven of Rods. So someone that's a bit stubborn and not afraid to fight, or at least get into debates or argue perhaps. Just someone that doesn't give up easily, I think is the best way to put it. So you might be a little, like I was saying earlier, a little stubborn. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that at all. And then we also have the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords can represent a type of victim mentality, or someone that overthinks a bit too much or gets a little stuck sometimes. So I half of me wonders if you have like Taurus placements maybe, because Tauruses are notorious for being a little stubborn. I would know because I have a Taurus placement. So yeah, you might relate to that. But yeah, the Eight of Swords can also just straight up be anxiety as well. So you might seem a little anxious to some people, and to others you seem like a little stuck in your ways. So take what you will with that information. On bottom was the Four of Swords, which can indicate a bit of a healing tendency. So maybe to some people you come up as very, like, this makes sense with your Ace of Cups. Someone that's kind and loving and warm and healing to a lot of people. Okay, so that is showing up here, the propensity to, maybe you are someone that gives a lot of like advice to your friends or something like that. Yeah, the Ten of Cups underneath is a bit of a humanitarian streak, or someone that really enjoys giving to the community or being there for friends and family. So that would make sense. You seem like a very warm person. Okay, so now that we have that, I'm going to grab you one more card from this deck. This is my Literary Witches Oracle deck, so let's see what else I can get for you. May or may not need to grab the book for this, since I'm still learning. It's about 70 cards. I haven't had to in the past readings, but I guess we'll see. So, yeah, final card for pile 1 and how people tend to see them. We have Justice. Yeah, you know, I was feeling, I think I mentioned earlier too, that like you might be a little bit argumentative, or like you like to debate or negotiate, or sometimes you get into arguments with people, and then we have Justice here. So she's holding that sword, and even on bottom you have the knife, right? So yeah, you seem like someone that's comfortable with getting into debates or arguing or proving your point to people. Okay, so yeah, that's how a lot of people see you too. Like if you ever had to do those, what are they called, like Socratic seminars, like you'd be the person that would definitely take the lead on that discussion. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think I said before, like you seem very well-rounded and well-learned too. Justice in the knife can indicate someone that's very intelligent as well. So people could also see you as both beauty and brains, if that makes sense. Okay, so those are all the cards I'm going to pull for you. Now I'm going to grab my box that has the stickers and the songs and the letters. Okay. Okay, so here's the box that I keep all that in. It says love on top. Isn't that cute? So So here are the two sachets. This one has the songs in it. This one has the letters in it. So we'll pull from that first. Okay? So here we go. I feel like this reading might be a little bit shorter than my typical ones. Hopefully that's okay. Alright, so let's get one song. One song for pile 1, please. The song that we should listen to. You guys have Beautiful Ones by Hertz. So I'll link that song in the description box down below for you guys to listen to and see if there are any extra messages in there for you. Okay, and then we'll get 3 letters. Pile 1. You have a Q, F, and B. So those are your letters, Q, F, and B. So this could be your initials or significant for other reasons. So let's go ahead and get your stickers now. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle. It might be a little bit loud. If that kind of thing bothers you, you might want to turn down the volume just a little bit so you don't get irritated or hurt your ears. Okay, so final messages for pile 1, please. Oh, would you look at that? So we had strength come out, and then you also had this Leo stick, like this lion sticker. So yeah, some strong Leo energy showing up here today. Okay, yeah, so you have the briefcase. So what I said earlier about like you could be a workaholic, by the way, or maybe you just like enjoy your work a lot, or people tend to know you through your profession. So that's indicated here. But yeah, someone that's goal-oriented and interested in their work life is that's how you seem to most people. Yeah, especially with the Ace of Pentacles, that's very monetarily focused. Okay, and I said earlier that you could be very intelligent or very smart in most people's eyes. You have this complex spear here, so this I tend to associate with intelligence as well. And came up on justice too. So what do you know? You have February. This is Pisces, Piscean energy. So that could also be in your chart somewhere, or maybe significant to you for other reasons. I think both of my fortune cookie stickers came out. So this one said, listen these next few days to your friends to get the answers you seek. Well, that was interesting because I think I said earlier that people might come to you for advice, or you like helping your friends and your family, and that's kind of what this is talking about, communicating with friends. This other one is a bit more weird, but it says, the best way to get rid of an enemy is to make him a friend. And it fell on 7 of Rods. So that's both a very argumentative or aggressive type of energy as well. So that would make sense for certain. Okay, you have this sticker. It talks about wishes or wishes coming true. So what I said earlier about you like doing your best to usually get your way or not giving up until you succeed kind of energy is showing up here again. Yeah, the cupcake. That's a sweet energy too. It's kind of interesting. You seem to be someone simultaneously very kind and generous, while at the same time being a bit firm and harsh. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, you seem to be a very hard worker and not like give up until you get to the finish line. That's a very admirable quality. A lot of people tend to just give up. Yeah, so you have this cactus here with hard eyes, so people find you attractive in more than one way, likely. So, yep, that's showing up here again. Yep, you have the worker bee sticker. I haven't seen this one in ages, but this is definitely indicating someone that maybe you know a lot of people through your work. I've already said that. Hope I haven't, but yeah. Work seems very important to you. At least this is how the people are perceiving you anyway. Also attractive with this sticker here. Little flowers. You might be charismatic in some sense. Okay, so those are all the stickers that I have for you, and actually that's all that I have for you in general, Pile 1. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope this reading helped. If it resonated, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, best wishes, and see you later. If you chose apple blossoms, then welcome to your reading. So we're going to be finding out how people tend to see you as a person in general today, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put your marker out of the way and get started on your reading. So I'll be using tarot, oracle cards, a plain deck, as well as stickers, which is like charm casting, and I'll also pull some songs and stickers to end your reading, okay? So this is the deck I'll be using today for you guys. So let's go ahead and pull 5 cards and see what kind of person you guys are. Okay, so yeah, so pile 2, for those that picked pile 2, wow. Okay, I won't take all of those because that's like 10-ish cards. Okay, so let's try again. So for those that picked pile 2, how do people tend to see them as a person? 5 cards, please. Okay, we have the 5 of Wands. We have a Page of Wands. So this is the one I want to take. That's Temperance. And let's get 2 more. Those that picked pile 2, what kind of person do people see them as? We have the Devil and the King of Swords. That's really interesting. And on bottom we have the 10 of Wands. Okay, so it's interesting. The reason why I laughed earlier is because you got Temperance and then right next to you have the Devil, which is such a like paradoxical, contradictory energy. It's kind of interesting. But let's start from the top. So you have the Five of Wands, which is kind of like a more feisty energy. So someone that doesn't mind like arguing or getting into play fights and that kind of thing. You might play sports too, to be honest, because you had the Page of Wands and that could be indicated. Also like 10 of Wands. I don't know why I'm thinking of like weightlifting or something like that. But yeah, so maybe you have some type of hobby that people are kind of recognize you for, because that's what the Page of Wands can indicate. It might be a little bit more physical in nature, so maybe you do other kinds of sports. But anyway, the Five of Wands itself indicates an argumentative, a little bit more aggressive type of person. See, like, they're not actually hurting each other. Like, it's kind of like play fighting or like competition. So you could be a little bit of a competitive person as well, as what people tend to see you as, someone that's very goal oriented. So this is an energy that's similar to Pile 1. You may want to check that out. So yeah. Anyway, the Page of Wands is, I think I already mentioned, is like someone's very curious and could indicate like certain creative hobbies. It could be like painting or, well, actually painting would be more associated with the Page of Cups. But the Page of Wands is an extroverted type of adolescent or child. So you could be just a little bit childish in some people's eyes. Maybe you may still be a little bit young too. So this could range like up to like a high schooler. But if that doesn't really apply, then this is just commenting on your curious nature. So maybe you're someone that's inquisitive and likes to explore as well. So maybe you also like to travel too. Okay, this is a fire energy. So you could be a fire sign as well. Any fire sign, so Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. And right next to that you have Temperance, which is Sagittarius. So some heavy fire energy is showing up here for you guys. So fire, like an abundance of fire energy also tells me that you guys seem passionate to other people as well. Someone that has like just so much energy. I'm thinking of like, you know those kids whenever they're on a sugar rush? Like that. Like this, you seem very energetic to people. But yeah, so on one hand, you're someone that's very fun. I would say that you're a fun type of person in others' eyes, while also somehow managing some type of mature energy with the Temperance here. Temperance is kind of a well-balanced, mature, older, wise energy. This is someone that like likes to meditate and is a little bit hippie, so you might resonate with that too. But in general, Temperance is also a very healing energy. It's a type of card that someone that's been going through a lot of heartbreak loves to see, because it tells them that things are going to get better soon and that things are going to be okay. So maybe you offer that type of stability to others as well. So like I was saying in Pile 1, maybe people sometimes come to you for advice and go to you for healing and comfort. This could also mean that you're just comfortable in yourself and in your own bodies as well. Now that I'm really getting kind of like an energetic, like exercise type of vibe from you guys. So yeah, okay. With the Devil here, this is just telling me like this is telling me that you're kind of a bold person too in others' eyes. So someone that's kind of like a daredevil. I mean, it says devil here. I'm picking up a lot of exploration energy from you guys too. Okay, so maybe like to climb mountains or something like that. Something physical. The Devil can also be a bit of a nuisance. So some people might think that you're like a rascal, if you know what I mean. So like someone young and that causes some trouble or mixes the pot sometimes and is a bit difficult to get to settle down, while simultaneously being someone that can offer support and healing and those types of things. So you're a bit of an enigma, but to be honest, human nature is complex as well. So that makes sense. And finally, we have a King of Swords. So this is someone I'm feeling like a mischievous energy from you guys. I like it. It's fun. If I could meet you guys, I would. You seem like a very fun, like almost class clown energy. See, because the King of Swords here is performing almost, so it seems like a very performative vibe anyway. But what I was getting to say, the King of Swords is someone that's very intelligent as well. He could manipulate a lot of people if he wanted to. And the reason why I mentioned that is because you picked Apple Blossoms, which was the first card I shuffled for you guys, which says choices, knowledge, and illumination. And knowledge is what stuck out to me. So you guys seem very smart to other people as well. Okay, someone very highly intelligent, but a bit of a trickster. Okay. All right, and on bottom you have the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands is, I mentioned that physical stuff earlier, but in and of itself, the Ten of Wands is someone that carries around a lot of baggage and is burdened by something, which makes sense with the Devil here. So maybe you struggle with obsessions or addictions of some kind, and people assume that you need to work through them. Okay, so however that fits into your life. So yeah, just take what resonates. So, obsession can come in all kinds of forms. I'm sure you've heard this from other readers too. It's like, it doesn't always have to be like alcohol and drugs and stuff. It can be other things. So, but yeah, so to some people you seem like someone that's carrying around some baggage of some sort. Yeah, because there is some tense energy around you. It's not all like butterflies and rainbows. Okay? But let me grab a plain deck and see what else I can get for you. You have the King of Cups, the Four of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. Okay? And you have the Queen of Pentacles on bottom. So yeah, the King of Cups is mirroring that Temperance energy, which is definitely like, the King of Cups can be like a counselor or a therapist or a doctor or someone that cares for others in either a physical or emotional sense. Okay, so you seem to offer that type of thing to people, or you embody that energy. Okay, so yeah, it seems like you have that potential for it if you don't actually embody it that much and people see that, but it's being kind of mellowed out by other things like the Devil and the Five of Wands and the King of Swords, which are harder energies. Okay, so you have a Knight of Swords. This also indicates someone that's a bit, how can I say this? They can be a little bit violent. And you had the Five of Wands, so someone that has some violent tendencies, but also that's someone that's extremely smart, right? And you had the King of Swords as well. So this is being indicated twice. Someone that has a lot of intelligence and a bit mischievous. But the thing is that they can say things that hurt really badly because they don't mind their words that often. Well, actually, this card has two breeds, if that makes sense. Well, on one hand, you have the first type of the Knight of Swords. It's someone that doesn't mind what they say and is violent both physically and verbally. And then you have the other kind of Knight of Swords, which is actually verbally manipulative and can say sweet things and trick people. So I don't know who is perceiving you this way, but they seem to think you're like a rowdy adolescent is kind of the energy that I'm getting. Okay, I don't mean to sound so negative, I'm just reading the cards, but they seem to have you in a slightly negative way, or slightly negative light. With the Four of Swords here, this is also going hand in hand with the King of Cups. The King of Cups is someone, I've already gone through the King of Cups, I meant to say the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords also indicates healing or balance or meditation and those kinds of things. So once again, an energy that's calm and mature and still and bright that is being drowned out by slightly more chaotic elements is how people tend to see you. Okay? And with the Queen of Cups, not the Queen of Cups, but the Queen of Pentacles on bottom, you may even be financially well off as well. Okay, so because the King of Swords and the Knight of Swords, they tend to be very goal-oriented as well. Okay, but the Queen of Pentacles is someone that's more nurturing and financially stable and all those good fun things. So This either indicates that whoever's perceiving you this way thinks you need more of this kind of stability, or they believe that you are financially well off and nurturing in that way. Okay? All right. So I'm going to pull one card from the Larry Witch's Oracle deck, and that will be all the cards I'll pull from you guys, and then I'll also move on to stickers and letters and songs. Okay? So, final card for those that picked pile 2. Oh my gosh, we got Cauldron. So, which is funny because I literally said earlier that you seem to be like someone that likes to stir the pot or causes some mischief or an arguments, and then you have the Cauldron. So that's basically the same energy. It's just mirroring what I've already told you. Okay? But yeah, someone that likes to kick up some trouble. Okay? And you also have apple on bottom, which is interesting because you picked apple. And I think in this case the apple is being symbolic of knowledge and intelligence and all those things. So it seems like people view you as someone that's too smart for their own good, if that makes sense. Okay? So now I'm going to move on to songs and stickers. And this is the box that I keep, it says love on top. This is the box that I keep the songs and stuff in. Okay, so that's songs. This is letters. Let's pull those first. I'll play you one song and link it in the description box down below. Dropped it. Okay, so one song for Paul 2, please. What song should they listen to? You have Smiling When I Die by Sasha Sloan. I'll link that song in the description box down below for you guys. Make sure you listen to it because it says it might have extra messages in there that resonate with your reading. Okay, so let's get 3 letters. These could be like your initials or significant for other reasons. You have a G and an F. Oh, that could be like girlfriend or something. I don't know. This could just be initials. And one more letter, please. You have an X. Okay, so I mean, I guess it could be like an old, like someone from your old relationships that could be viewing you in this way. So keep in mind that if this doesn't like seem like who you actually are, remember this is just someone else's perceptions of you. So it could be that, but those could also just be your initials. Okay, so let's grab you some stickers. It might be a little bit loud as I'm shuffling, so make sure to turn down the volume if that bothers you a little bit. It shouldn't be that loud though, it's just paper, not like metal. Okay. Final messages for pile 2. You have a C. So G, F, X, and C. You have September, so you could be born in September, or you could know someone that's maybe a Virgo. You also have May, so that's Taurus as well. So those 2 months could be significant. Blanks. You also have June. I don't remember what June is. Is it Gemini? I think it's Gemini. June is Gemini. Okay, so you also have January, which is Aquarius / Capricorn. So those 4 months could be significant, or those 4 zodiac signs could be important to you. September, May, June, and January. All right, you have the Ace of Pentacles. So I was mentioning earlier that maybe you're like a bit financially stable or well off, and then you have the Ace of Pentacles here. So that's definitely being indicated twice. Okay, so this can also just mean career. So maybe you seem like a very career-oriented person. All right, you have birthday wish or birthday cake. So that's interesting. I said kind of the same thing in pile 1, which is like this is on topic of wishes, right? So you may be someone that never gives up until they reach their goal or their desire, right? So this could be what this means. It's basically the same message as pile 1. Okay, so you have a telephone. So maybe you're a good communicator, or maybe you're someone that maybe works like an office job or something like that. Something to do with like telephones or communication. Okay. So this girl with this bouquet here is mirroring Temperance and the King of Cups, which is like a very kind, gentle energy, which seems to clash with like everything else on the table, but it's being indicated again. Okay, so you have two indicators of forward movement. So you could be someone that maybe talks very quickly, moves very quickly, just approaches life in a quick way, and always is striving for forward movement and progress as well. Okay, so there we go. I think those are all the stickers I have for you. Oh, you have this like blank slate here. Okay, so you could be someone that like I was saying earlier, you know, you never, this person, like whoever is perceiving you this way, or people in general just see you this way, someone that never like gives up whenever they are working towards like those goals. So you may be someone that like is a high achiever. So whenever you achieve or you mark something off of like your to-do list or some goal or achievement, you just like go on to the next one and never like really stop and take a break. So you could be someone that has that kind of tendency as well. Okay, so hopefully that made sense, pile 2. Anyway, so that is all that I have for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this reading helped. If it resonated, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and let me know in the comment section down below. Best wishes and see you later. If you chose Gloxinia, then welcome to your reading. So I want to go ahead and put your marker to the side. So, oh, it fell. So we can go ahead and get started. Today we will be investigating how people tend to see you as a person. And I will be using tarot cards, oracle cards, a playing deck, as well as stickers, which is like charm casting. And I'll pull you guys some songs and letters to end your reading. Okay, so I'll be using this tarot deck. This is the Joie de Vivre Tarot. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'll pull 5 tarot cards. Those that picked pile 3, how do people tend to see them in general as a person? Okay, we have the 3 of Cups. So right off the bat, you're someone that's very fun to be around. Maybe you're like the life of the party. You're just someone very joyful and full of fun and energy. Okay, let's get 4 more, please. Maybe you have many friends or you're very popular. You have the 8 of Cups as well. And the Empress. Two more, please. How people tend to see those that picked pile 3. And we have a 7 of Swords. And the Moon. Okay. On bottom we have the 6 of Wands. So right off the bat, I already explained the 3 of Cups. You're definitely someone very, very lively and friendly and all those good things. And you have the Empress as well. So you're likely physically very attractive and beautiful. You could also be someone that's creative and very nurturing to people. Okay, so there we go. And that's kind of where all the positive energy seems to end. You have the 8 of Cups, the 7 of Swords, and the Moon. So the Moon indicates someone that's a bit mysterious and hard to figure out. This is usually like an enigma or like maybe someone that people like to obsess over too. Just someone that is very mysterious and a bit secretive and maybe even intuitive and like maybe tend towards psychic, have psychic abilities, but someone that people can't really figure out is how people see you as well. So someone beautiful, very fun and friendly, but it seems like you never let people get too close is how people seem. Like you kind of run away from connections with the 8 of Cups and the 7 of Swords. Like, yeah, you'll have a bunch of what's the word? Like friends and people that are like coworkers and acquaintances, that's the word. Acquaintances, but there seems to be a block like that you put in place so they don't get too close, or you just run away from connections that are too deep, right? So maybe you have some abandonment tendencies, and things like that. I'm not a psychologist, but okay, so that's kind of how people tend to see you in general. Like, you're very beautiful and you're very nurturing and kind and sweet, but you kind of put a distance between you and others once things meet a certain threshold. Okay, and this falls in line with the card you chose, which is love at first sight and proud spirit. Okay, so when I saw you, I fell in love and you smiled because you knew. Okay, so I was talking about with the moon that this can be someone very intuitive and someone intuitive and a little bit like psychic and all those things. So you smiled because you knew. Like, that's very much that energy I just described. And when I saw you, I fell in love. So yeah, people love you. People adore you. They think you're so beautiful and kind and smart and all those things. And then you seem to like vanish or disappear from their lives sometimes with the Eight of Cups and the Seven of Swords. Like this person's like running away. And this person like is like holding on to like a bunch of balloons like, yeah, see you later. I'm out of here. So that's kind of how people see you in general. So yeah, let me grab, and on the bottom you have the Six of Wands before I move on. The Six of Wands is someone that's achieved a lot, or someone's very capable, independent, and praiseworthy, right? So all this energy, the Three of Cups, the Empress, and the Six of Wands is an energy that people love a lot, okay? They love being around you, okay, and they love your energy, your vibes, your fun, okay? The Six of Wands and Three of Cups spell out parties to me. It's a very fun, celebratory energy, okay? So you must have a lot of achievements too, and if you don't see that way, that's certainly how people see you. Like, you're very capable and independent in those things, okay? But it seems like you just kind of keep to yourself after a certain point. Like, you like keeping people as acquaintances and just shallow friends, it seems. Okay, like, it feels like to them that they can never get too close to you. Like, there's just like too much to explore, or you just don't allow it, right? Because like the moon shows the ocean, and the ocean is great and expansive, and there's just too much to know. So there's that could resonate for some, but I think for most of you it's just that you just don't allow it for whatever reasons. I think we all have our reasons for this kind of behavior. Okay, and I don't mean that in like a bad way. It just occurred to me like that sounded rude, but anyway. So I'm gonna grab you a playing deck and see what else I can get for you. Okay. So let's get 3 cards. Those that picked pile 3. You have the Six of Swords. Yeah, the Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups indicate someone that's very fleeting from people's lives. Like, they like to just disappear. Or like, maybe you ghost people a lot. That could be true. You might like to travel. The Eight of Cups and the Six of Swords can also indicate travel. But I'm really thinking this is more on like an emotional sense. Okay, let's get 2 more. You have, ooh, that was like a lot. I guess I'll take them. Okay, you have the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords. That's a lot of 9s. Anything else flip over? No. Okay, you guys are special. You guys get 4 cards instead of 3. So, okay. So let's start with the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups indicates someone that's sweet and a bit, I mean, they can be a bit dreamy for certain. And we have the Moon too. So this is Pisces. Both of these cards are Pisces. So you could be a Pisces, or you can have those placements in your chart. The Empress is also Libra and Taurus. You could also have those placements too. I forgot to mention zodiac signs earlier. But yeah, it's Pisces twice, so that energy is certainly coming through. Okay? And yeah, so I think that's where I'm going to stop with the Knight of Cups. That's just indicating that, Piscean energy. So someone that's dreamy and creative, definitely creative, a bit emotional too. Someone that can say sweet things as well. Some would say that this type of character is more in love with the idea of love than actually being love itself, if that makes sense. So that just like emphasizes the Knight of Cups' tendency to be a bit fantastical. And Pisces is also a mutable sign, so that would explain the fleetingness that's showing up here. So yeah, that makes sense as well. Okay, the Nine of Pentacles is mirroring whatever I told you, which is you're independent, you seem independent to people, someone that's capable of taking care of themselves and doesn't really want to be around others, is a very standoffish character sometimes. Okay, but the Nine of Pentacles itself also indicates a lot of stability, financial stability, and success, which is the Empress. The Empress is someone that does well on her own. She's very abundant, and whatever she touches grows, right? So you could have that type of tendency as well. Like, you're just very successful in more than one way. Okay, the Nine of Swords here, though, indicates that you might struggle with, like, mental anxiety or mental anguish, or you just overthink a lot. Okay, so yeah, you could be just like a little bit of a somber character too. You might struggle with like handling your emotions sometimes, or at least some people think or perceive you as being a little bit anxious or uncertain and a bit insecure as well. Okay, so I'm gonna pull you guys one more card. I almost said that was it, but there's one more. Okay, so I'll pull you a final card from this deck. It's literally Witch's Oracle deck. So let's see what we get. We have the future. Okay, so you probably, you even have fate on bottom. Okay. Yeah, okay, so the future indicates like usually like prophetic abilities. So I was saying psychic or spiritual at least, and very intuitive, right? So people can sense that you're probably spiritual or you have these abilities or like these tendencies anyway. So people do see you as that kind of person, even wise as well. But this is really also highlighting the mysterious energy around you are very hard to pin down for a lot of people. Like, you just are unreadable, unable to physically grasp. I don't know why I said physically. You're just like unable to grasp for most people. Like, you're in and out of their lives like crazy. I wonder if whoever thinks of you this way is salty because you're not in their life anymore. So that might resonate for some. Otherwise, this is probably just your tendency in general. Okay, so if you are wondering if you aren't intuitive or not, I really am seeing you as someone that has talent in that area. But anyway, so yeah, you're very mysterious to a lot of people and fleeting and mutable. You just seem like a mutable sign to me. But anyway, on bottom though, we have fate. So I have to mention that a lot of people probably get just a little bit delusional about you and think that you guys are like fated to be or meant to be a lot. So maybe people get a lot of crushes on you or fixate on you a bit. Okay, even behind fate we had Emily Bronte, and it says fantasy. So people might fantasize about you, or you might be someone that seems a little bit dreamy and fantastical. I think it probably goes both ways, honestly. Okay, half of me wonders if you have like a lot of Neptune placements in your like astrological chart. But anyway, so you seem like a very interesting person. People's perceptions of you are interesting for a certain. Okay, so I'm going to move on to songs and stickers now. So give me a second to grab my box, and we'll do that. Oh, I forgot. I had actually shuffled an extra card for you guys. It fell out when I was shuffling the flower card. It was Forget-Me-Nots. It says, internal memories. The best things in life are the people you've loved, the places you've seen, and the memories you made all along the way. So Forget-Me-Nots, once again, it's that mysterious energy. People really love you or like you a lot, and then you tend to like disappear or like leave from their lives, and they're wondering, it's like, wow, I hope they don't forget me, or either that or you're just very unforgettable to them, right? So yeah, very like mysterious, dreamy quality about you that people tend to associate with you. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, you guys got 2 extra cards than everyone else, so you're very special. Okay, so this is the box that I keep my songs and stickers in. It says love on top, and here are the two sachets. This one has songs in it, and this one has letters in it. So we'll do those first. I'll put you guys one song to listen to. I'll link it in the description box down below, so you guys can go ahead and listen to that. Oh look, I just noticed, on Fate, it even has like a little moon sign on it. And here, too. It has the same moon sign. So I don't know what that is. It's like that's either a waxing or a waning crescent. So maybe you were like born on a waxing or waning crescent. Or maybe that's just significant to you for some reason. I don't know. It seems like it's just emphasizing what I've already said, though. Okay, so one song for pile 3. You have DNA by Leah Marie Johnson. This song comes out so often. I think I linked it in my last reading, too. Okay, so let's get some letters. Okay, so you have a Z, a C, and a J. So C, J, and Z are your letters. So this could be your initials or significant for other reasons. It doesn't spell out any words, so I don't know about that. But anyway, so I'm going to shuffle some stickers for you guys now. You might want to turn down the volume if this type of thing maybe hurts your ears or bothers you a bit. So, yeah. Final messages for pile 3, please. Oh, some fell on the floor, but I'm going to finish this first. You guys didn't get that many, so hold on. Okay, so you have June, so that's Gemini. So you could also maybe be a Gemini. It's more like mutable energy. You have February. It's Pisces again. Guys, like that's some strong Piscean energy it's going through. Okay. So yeah, financially abundant and stable is showing up. And also like the ability to see the future, or at least predict things, right? So you might be one of those people that says like, I told you so all the time. So because you have like this telescope. You could also be very perceptive. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, you have like my strength sticker. So someone that's strong and has a lot of endurance and patience for a lot of things in life. You may also have Leo placements. And attractive, yeah, so this like model kind of girl fell in the Empress. So definitely attractive or beautiful / handsome, whatever, is showing up here as well. Okay, so some people tend to fall for you probably. You know, that energy has been running through this entire reading in all piles. This is a flirty energy too, so yeah, same thing as I said earlier. So much about like confidence and beauty and yeah, these are all the same thing. You may also like to travel too. It says like Tokyo, New York, and London on this one. So a lot about confidence, beauty, and those things. Okay, maybe you're like drop dead gorgeous or something. But yeah, this is how people tend to see you. Okay, let me see what stickers you like fell on the floor. Oh, you had a telephone. So maybe people like want to like talk with you more, communicate with you more, and it seems to like just not happen. You don't let it happen, or I don't know, something about that is showing up. Like people want to contact you, but I think I mentioned like ghosting earlier too. Okay, and then we have the sticker. This one talks about growth for me. So also like growing through hardship. Maybe you've had like a hard life or particularly bad time recently, and people can see that. Yeah. So, but anyway, you might be someone that like likes to focus on like self-development and growth and those things. Okay, so those are all of the messages that I have for you guys, pile 3. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this reading has helped. If it resonated, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, so best wishes and see you later.